doesn't seem quite so long ago. The last time that I saw you, and ain't it funny how the memories grow? Seems they always fold around you. Tried to break you in a living hell, but they couldn't find a way, so they killed you in an H-block cell and hoped that all would turn away. Thought your spirit couldn't rise again, but you dared to prove them wrong. And in death you tore away the chains, let the world hear freedom's song. Yet the heartache and pain linger on. They're still here, though it's so long since you've gone. But we're stronger now. You showed us how freedom's fights can be won.
Hunger strikes?
Because keeping the struggle going, keeping the struggle remembered, where it all began.
What was like here in Enniscorthy during the 1981 hunger strikes? What was going on here at
Actually,
the
it
time?
was one of the few areas in the country that was really protesting from the very start. Protested the local groups here, used Vinegar Hill as a showpiece, had the black flags on it, had every time that a prisoner died, it was commemorated with the black flag, and with plenty of resistance from the forces that were hostile. And here, the last big rally in Leinster was held here.
In Enniscorthy?
In Enniscorthy, on the wind up of the church.
All right.
And it was notable for the fact.
An Shriekadu condemns Stalagocris, Nuka Ukta Ahen. Friends and comrades, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the County Wexford 81 Committee, we would like to welcome you all here today for this commemoration of the 30th anniversary of the 1981 hunger strike. And to begin, we'd like to call on Colette Flynn from the local Fairness Common to read a short poem dedicated to the Bobby Sands and his comrades.
The long road. the hard road, the brutal road, the torture road, the naked road, and the blanket road.
Isolated, brutally treated, they put forward 5 simple demands. The right not to wear prison uniforms. The right not to do prison work. The right to organise educational and recreational pursuits and to free association with other prisoners. The right to full restoration of remission lost through protest. The right to 1 letter, 1 visit and 1 parcel a week. And join the staff of An Phoblacht. So I'd like everyone to give Peadar a real warm Wexford welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, and I'm really pleased to be here in Wexford amongst Wexford Republicans. John read out the roll of honour from the H blocks. I would like to add Ed O'Brien's name to that roll of honour, another young Irishman who gave up his life and for fighting for the cause of Irish freedom. I mean, over the years we can all only be but inspired by the sacrifice of so many people in the course of the struggle. We can go back to 1798 and the part Wexford played in the freedom struggle then. This is all the history we were brought up with, and this is the history that has inspired us over the years. But when we come to the last 30 or 40 years of struggle, I suppose we can only say that the thing that inspired us as much as anything would be the struggle in the H blocks of Long Kesh and of course in Armagh prison, where as many as 40 women Republican prisoners also faced the brutality of a real nasty, vicious British prison regime. One of the women who come out of Armagh would have been Mairead Farrell, herself shot dead in Gibraltar in 1988. An inspirational woman. And as I say, it's a real privilege for me to be here. I'm really happy to be here.
I'd also like to thank Ed O'Brien Republican Flute Band, the Colour Party, the Stewards, and especially our guest, Peadar Whelan. Now I'd like to call on everybody to a minute of silence.
How important it is to have days like this still?
Absolutely very important for republicanism, because the H block hunger strike and the sacrifice of the hunger strikers shouldn't be forgot. The legacy is something that inspires people to this day, and days like this bring it back to people who were involved in the H block protest at the time, like myself. The full sort of human cost of what Republicans went through at that time.
And you were there yourself?
I was in the H blocks. I was on the blanket and the no wash protest during the period of the hunger strikes, and I met some of the hunger strikers, and they would have been friends of mine.
And was it as brutal as we hear in books and songs and films? The regime itself was it?
The regime was very brutal. The regime was about breaking the will and the spirit of the Republican protesting prisoners, and bear in mind that the prison regime was made up of unionists, and therefore from a political perspective they would have been hostile to us at the best of times.
Yeah.
So the protest was something that became a threat, a political threat to the politics that the British government was rolling out at the time. So the prison warders were effectively given carte blanche to use whatever brutality they wanted.
How did you keep going yourselves? Where did you find the strength to keep going?
Well, we obviously had our comradeship, we had our political commitment, and we had the experience of Republicans and Republican prisoners over the years who sacrificed a lot during the course of their time in prison, whether it's gone back to 1798 or 1916, or the prisoners who died in hunger strike after partition. We always had that political commitment to republicanism and to what we believed to be an armed resistance against British rule and British domination in Ireland. We refused to allow our struggle to be criminalised.
I wish there was an easy road to choose to bring the heartache to an end, but easy roads are always sure to lose. I've seen it time and time again. If you could stand by me like yesterday, I'd find the strength to carry on. So let your spirit shine along the way, and our day will surely come. Yet the heartache and pain linger on. They're still here, though it's so long since you've gone.